Good morning from the Air Reserve Personnel Center. Thank you all for joining us with the Town Marketplace Town Hall this morning. We really appreciate you. I am Senior Master Sergeant Champagne. I am the project manager here in the Business Integration Cell at ARPC. And with me is Lieutenant Colonel Meg Hodgkin, and she is the Chief of the Business Integration Cell. As we get ready for the sunset of MyPERS in November of this year, system migration is a really hot topic where programs going, what's going to happen next. So today we would like to take the opportunity to introduce everyone, if you haven't seen it already, to Talent Marketplace, which is located in MyVector and is the new home for AGR advertisements. We will open up for questions at the end. However, we don't want anyone to forget anything, so you may type them in the chat throughout the presentation and we'll address them at the end as well.
What is Talent Marketplace? Talent Marketplace is a total force assignment application platform located within MyVector in a strategic effort to minimize the use of multiple systems currently required. Talent Marketplace will be your one-stop shop for all assignment opportunities. Conveniently located within MyVector, Talent Marketplace will allow applicants to view all available opportunities regardless of component or status. Centralizing vacancy advertisements with a modern one-stop platform will provide a streamlined application process, which will alleviate the confusion and frustration with the current multi-system process. And most importantly, save you time. Another key feature of Talent Marketplace is the transparency of the process. This platform will allow you to know where your application is at every step. As the Air Force Reserve continues to move forward in the ever-increasing modernization of human resource platforms, Talent Marketplace will give customers the best experience in applying for Air Force Reserve assignments and voluntary tour opportunities. For more information, feel free to reach out to us.
So Talent Marketplace is being actively developed, which means the system is live and there are new capabilities that are being made available every month. Currently, the capabilities available to the Air Force Reserve allow us to post ads, receive applications with date stamps, and reduce the number of attachments that are required by auto-populating the career data brief for each volunteer. The Headquarters Air Force RAD Chiefs Group is currently using Talent Marketplace for all of their advertisements. The AFRC recruiting service currently has a static recruiter ad that is posted with their external application instructions. And the ARPC AGR management team has begun their official migration from MyPERS to Talent Marketplace with their February ad cycle. For the March ad cycle, we're looking at approximately 60 mixed officer enlisted ads of all AFSCs, grades, and locations. As development continues, some of the future capabilities will include the ability to complete the commander's release directly in the system with the intent of eliminating attachments. We are also exploring the use of an automated waiver system, as well as the AGR career decision process. And we're also looking at forecast manning tools and ways that we can reduce the numbers of different systems required for the assignment program overall. So with many new systems, we get some new fun terminology, and I would just like to go through some that may be a little bit different for us in the reserve. So the first is the system refers to applicants as volunteers. So anybody who is looking to apply would be considered a volunteer in the system versus the current term, which is applicant. Requisition is also a new term for us in the reserve, and it refers to the advertisement request. The current terminology we would use for this is like a vacancy announcement request. So in this system, we call it a requisition. The term match refers to the individual who was officially selected for the position and the assignment process has begun. So the current term we use for this is hired. So the individual who was hired. While similar, the word bid means the individual or individuals that are selected as possible matches. The billet owner can bid on as many volunteers as they would like and then rack and stack in preferential order. So again, the current term we use is select. So speaking of, the billet owner is the person who owns the billet. The most common individual would be the commander, as they own all the billets assigned to their passcode or their unit. However, this person is also essentially the hiring official. So the system will allow other individuals other than just the commander to be the billet owners. The hiring authority or person who is permitted to submit the bid or selection may differ based upon policy. So that policy is going to be dependent upon the status of the advertisement, and the assignment team would be able to help with that. So speaking of the assignment team, which is a new term, who are they? They are the ones who are the HR office responsible for the overall assignment process. So the management of the process itself, the program. For example, ARPC DPAAG, the AGR management team, is the assignment team for the AGR program. So let's talk about the volunteer. Again, Talent Marketplace is located in my vector. So to access, the user must use Edge or Chrome as the browser. If you use IE, you can log on, but you will not have access to most of the features. So folks who use IE to log in will see an increase in errors or will not be able to see ads in general. So please make sure that you're using Edge or Chrome. Once you enter Talent Marketplace, you're going to click AFR assignments and ADOS opportunities tile, and it'll display all posted advertisements for any component that is currently using the system. So this is very important. It will show everything to everyone. Part of the feature is the transparency. So that is why you would see everything. However, if you want to see reserve only, you would just use the filter feature and set the specific criteria for you. You can search by reserve component. You can drill it down to AFSC, grade, location. It is quite a robust filter feature that you can select positions that are right for you. The transparency of the system will allow you to know upfront which positions you qualify to apply for. The ad will display apply or view on the right-hand side. Apply means, you guessed it, you can apply. And then if you click the view button, if you don't have the apply button and it says view, if you click the view button, then in the first page, you can see the criteria that was set, which is either the grade or the AFSC for the position. So you can see why you're not showing as qualified. For example, if you are a master sergeant looking at a senior master sergeant position and it says view, perhaps it is only open to senior master sergeants. So that is one of the features that is very transparent. So you don't have any questions as to why the system is not recognizing you as eligible. It's also very important to note that the system closes at 23:59 UTC, or as us old timers know it as Zulu. It is not, the system does not close it out at your specific time zone. So for example, if you're on the East Coast, it would close at 19:59 that day. Okay, so you volunteered for the position. You found one that you're super jazzed about. Did it fall into an invisible waterfall? Do you have to find out where it went? Where did it go? Did anybody get it, right? So no. On the same page where you can view your advertised positions, there's an applied screen right next to it that tracks all of the positions that you have submitted applications for. The status column in this screen will display where that application is in the process. If it's showing volunteered, the application process is still ongoing. If it shows matched, it means you are the official selectee and hire and should be contacted by the assignment team soon, if not already. Currently, this is still being done via MyPERS for the AGR side of the house. And if the status says not matched, it means that you were not selected. The matched or unmatched will not populate in that column until the ad has been closed, which means that the official selectee has been notified in MyPERS. So this is a great way to track where you are at in the application process. The only applications that will not show in this screen are the applications that you have withdrawn. You can withdraw an application at any time during the open advertisement window. For example, if you make a mistake on your application, you must withdraw it and resubmit the corrected version. Okay, so before we can have a volunteer, we need somebody to advertise it. So welcome to the stage, the billet owner. All billet owners will have a billet owner tile on their talent marketplace page. If you do not see this, send a MyPurse ticket to your assignment team. This is the current state because there's no communication tool within talent marketplace or MyVector. So we're going to continue to use MyPurse for the time being for the communication. We are looking at an auto identify feature in the future, but currently we're working through the folks who are being identified as billet owners are being contacted directly. So once you have your access, you can view all of your assigned positions. And from here, you can build your ads and submit for requisition. The assignment team will then receive your request and post the advertisement, and everybody will be able to see this in Talent Marketplace. This page is also where you can view all volunteers and bid on all your selections. So you have one button to push to do all of your actions. As a note, there are some file type limitations in the system. The system does have an alert bar set in every advertisement that notifies each volunteer of the file types that are permitted. If you receive an application that you cannot open, the volunteer has uploaded an incorrect file type. Billet owners will also receive a system-generated email for any changes. For example, if you have a position ready for bidding, you'll receive an email notification that will include the suspense date. If you are not receiving these email notifications, please check your spam and junk mail folders, as this tends to be a common reason. However, if you still haven't received them, please send a ticket to the MyVector help desk. So our assignment team is the process owner for the overall assignment management. For those with access, the assignment team tile will also populate on their talent marketplace page. Here you'll have access to all the positions that you manage, as well as the people who are assigned, much like an UMPR or a unit personnel manning roster. You will also receive requisition requests in this page, as well as post and track advertisements. Assignment teams are also able to view all the applications that are submitted by the volunteers as well. So if you need assistance or need more information, we have a public Microsoft Teams page that includes guides and videos available in the file tabs. Additionally, every Monday, we host an open forum for questions, provide live demos if you get stuck anywhere. And this information is seen in the screen, and we will also share these slides. For system issues such as logging on, if you're having errors viewing something, if you're having errors when you're submitting applications or submitting requisitions, please submit a support ticket to the MyVector help desk. This team of developers can help walk through the system issues or report any bugs for a fix. For assignment application questions, please contact the assignment team using the current method for a town hall for Talent Marketplace. And I'd really like to thank you all for your time today. So now I would like to open up the floor for any questions.
Yes, good morning. This is Senior Master Zuribik. Basically, I'm just kind of like verifying as of March 1st, all the AGR position will be posted in this talent market, right?
No, so it is a select group that they have.
Okay.
It's about 60. So right now they focused on the re-advertisements or the until filled ads that they had posted on MyPurse. So you'll still have positions that are out there. So our recommendation would be to just check both, see what's out there, just as we get used to migrating over from MyPurse to Talent Marketplace. It's just going to be a little bit of a strategic move. So yes,
Got
there will be, yeah.
Got you. Thank you.
Okay,
And I
we
got
have
a question for the advertisements. That is all advertisement done for now, still through the normal vacancies page?
Yes, sir. So right now, how AGR management is managing it is for each targeted group. So for each month, they're getting with those units specifically. So for February, it was a very small group, and it was some headquarters folks and a couple other unit folks that had used it. For March, they targeted all of the re-advertisements and all of the until filled ads, and they already notified all of those billet owners. So I can't tell you what April's going to look like if they have any wings or units identified, but for those that are being identified next, they will get a personal email and a notification. So if you haven't received that yet, stand by. You're on the list.
That sounds good. As long as we're advertising in the right place and until we hear otherwise, I guess. Thank you.
Good morning. This is Senior Master Sergeant Walker from Nellis. Just my question is there any anticipated elevated role for MPFs?
No, so the MPFs, that's a great question. They would be the assignment teams. So the only role above an assignment team is the assignment manager, which is currently only 2 positions at ARPC. And these are the folks that can assign the assignment team roles. So the assignment teams, however, the assignment teams do have, because they are the managers of the assignment program itself, they do have the final approval authority for posting advertisements, for approving those folks that were that has the bid on them, to make sure any waivers or any of that kind of stuff, making sure they're qualified. So in their role, they're already elevated. Does that answer your question?
It does, and unfortunately, forgive me, I was about 5 minutes late logging on because I was in a meeting. So are these slides going to be available? And how do we? I want to make sure that we know how to make sure those of us in the MPF, the right people, have whatever that are assigned to the assignment team role, or whatever roles are expected, so we can execute our duties.
Okay, so yes, I will be dropping the slides in the chat right after the Q&A is done. So, and I'm going to leave it open for a little while so you guys can pull it out. And then also with our contact information that was located on that page, I'm going to drop them in there as well in our Teams channels. Or you can just feel free, as Senior Master Sergeant Kristen Champagne, you can just reach out to me. I'll be happy to email them over to you. As far as the MPFs getting the assignment team roles, so the traditional side of the house has not been approved to migrate in to Talent Marketplace yet. So you guys will not be seeing an assignment team role until Africa A1K approves that migration. Currently, the only folks with the assignment team roles are going to be AGR management for the E8 and 05 AGR positions, and then the RED Chiefs group for all of the chief positions that they manage. So everything except for the non-key traditionals.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, I've got my hand up. Is it appropriate to ask a question now?
Yes. I was actually trying to get to you, so go ahead, please do.
That's okay. My name's Lieutenant Colonel Tyler Bailey. Quick question: is this? I thought it was going to be for reserve vacancies throughout, like the reserve vacancies that are specifically posted on VRS. But is this just for AGR for right now? And then I have a follow-up question.
Yes, sir. So VRS, the voluntary reserve system that's located in ARPNet, is only for man days. While we do have future plans to address that, they're still going to be continued to be posted. So all of your RPA, MPA mandates, all of that's going to still be in VRS. RMVS, which is for the part-time statuses, your TRs and your IMAs, they have not begun their migration yet. The system is set up. We are currently working with Rio. They are working through COAs to look at how they can make the system functional, for the IR population. A1K has not approved it for the TR population yet. So right now it is just AGRs, unless you're looking at Chief Master Sergeant positions, and then it's all statuses. Okay,
and then just a concern, as I was going through, like for some of us who, I've got talents, well, maybe not talents, but skill sets and historical assignments that are well outside my career field. Like I'm a security forces officer normally, but I've done a bunch of 16 golf positions and even some like country desk officers. So multinational security stuff. With this filter on here that just shows me what I'm eligible for, I was playing with the MyVector a couple of weeks ago, and it only seemed to show me my primary AFSC things that I might be able to apply for, whereas I would normally traditionally be eligible for, or at least considered for, jobs that are outside of my AFSC. Is this going to be so narrow that it bottlenecks us in that way?
That's a great concern, sir. So we did address this last summer, and we were able to have a requirement built into the system to allow it to recognize a secondary AFSC as well. Unfortunately, we cannot have, the system is not able to recognize all, well, for an officer, so all three that are showing current. In that case, it would just be a personal conversation communication with that assignment team to see if they could open it up for you. It is designed to be more restrictive on who can apply. However, the assignment teams can set it. So if we're looking at like a 16X whatever position, in order to allow everyone to apply, the assignment team can select all AFSCs. If a billet owner is allowing anybody to apply, they would open it up to all AFSCs. So I guess to answer your question, yes, it is a little bit more restrictive, but there's always exceptions to the rule.
Right. The only question that I would have, sorry to take up so much time, is if I can't see the position, then I can't have the conversation. If I'm looking for positions, I'm only seeing these and these. Let's say there's a position out there that's not getting filled. A lot of times they want a rated officer, for instance. I can't see it, that I can't have the conversation. So that was one of the only things that I thought maybe it's input, maybe it's just whining, but that was a concern.
No, sir. And you did go a little robot on me. So, but I think I got the gist. So
oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah. So that depends on your filter. So you can see everything. If you take all the filters off when you are in the advertised screen and you just want to see, you'll see RegF when guard starts to use it, whatever, you can see everything. It may not allow you to apply, like it'll say view instead of apply, but you can still see it. You can still click it. The billet owner information is on there. So you can contact them. You'll be able to tell who the assignment team is because from what I understand, they've been putting their contact information in the special instructions. So just because it doesn't allow you to apply, as long as you don't have your filters set to not let you see that, you can see anything.
Okay, that's very helpful. I appreciate you guys setting this meeting up. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Okay, Lieutenant Colonel Stockman?
Yes, good morning. It's kind of I've got two parts. One will be a follow-up to the last individual's question there. First one's going to be for the talent marketplace. When will the tile for billet owners go live?
So they're going live as they're being assigned. So it's not a button anybody can flip just to allow everyone to have billet owner access. So the assignment teams are going into individual positions and loading people that they know. So we have, as part of our requirements with the developers, we're trying to work a way ahead for an easier way to identify billet owners. They're just working on that from their side to see what they can do for us. So right now it's a very manual process. However, if you want to go ahead, are you a commander? Do you have your own passcode?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want to go ahead, you can shoot me an IM or an email with your passcode. And I'm working with the assignment team later for the AGR side. And we're looking at how we can probably better mass update as we know people who are billet owners. So feel free to just shoot me that info. You may not be on the list to advertise in the next month or two. So don't, I'm not speaking for the assignment team, right? I'm just the system side. But we can at least get you that access.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, I don't have any positions that are scheduled to be vacant anywhere in the near future. So is there going to be a way to notify billet owners, commanders of when they will be
Yes.
their positions migrate to talent marketplace?
Yes, AGR management has been doing that individually. So the folks who are advertising for March, they all got a personal email, like to let them know. So you will be notified. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And then the last question was going to be, if I have a position that I am willing to accept someone from outside of that position's posted AFSC, so I'm willing to retrain someone. Specifically, we've had it in the past where we've retrained somebody into the One Charlie Oscar career field or transition between different aviation career fields. What's the mechanization or what's the path in order to advertise that as an option so that like excuse me, the last individual was talking about that other people would also and good applicants would be able to see that position even. Over.
Mhm. That's a great question, sir. So in the guide, so we have training guides, and we're working on the training videos that go with them as well. And one of the options for the billet owner is to select multiple grades and AFSCs that would be allowed to apply for your position. So when you're submitting that requisition to the assignment team, it's basically you talking to the assignment team. And there's a pop-up that says, is there anything you would like to tell them, basically. And so in here is where you would put, I would like to open it up to these AFSCs or all AFSCs or 2 down and 1 up, you know. So, and then when the assignment team gets that, they have your comments. And then when they go ahead to post the advertisement, that's where they set all of that criteria. So it is 100% flexible to allow that.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Out.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, I see.
Southern Champaign. Hey, Southern Champaign, this is Lieutenant Colonel Hodgkin. I just wanted to let everybody know I am working as fast as I can on all these questions. So if I miss you or if you want to raise your hand and have your question verbalized, we are hanging out until all these questions are answered. I'm just really sorry. I'm going as fast as I can. It's cold here in Colorado. My fingers are cold. I'm working through it. So please, please and thank you for your patience.
Thank you so much for running the chat, ma'am. Okay, I see a Miss Danielle Batts. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Yes, this is Senior Master Sergeant Danny Batts out of Scott Air Force Base, Illinois. I currently am actively using the program, seeking employment through Talent Marketplace. I have a question in regards to how does SLCMS work with Talent Marketplace? I find a lot of the job.
Yeah, that is a great question, ma'am. So while Slickum sits on the MyVector platform itself, it does not talk to Talent Marketplace. So if you're applying, if you're seeing the positions advertised on Talent Marketplace, but then you're having to upload all of your documents and for your application in Slickums, the REG assignment team is actually working in 2 systems as well. So just because I don't want to talk about future without having too much, you know, promise and being correct. But for right now, this is the process. But they want to house all of the senior leader stuff in Slickums for future use, if you get what I'm saying. So for right now, unfortunately, it is uploading in Slickums, but hitting that volunteer button in Talent Marketplace. Does that answer your question, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, I see Colonel Spencer.
Good morning. Are you able to hear me? Over.
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Okay, great. Hey, I actually have a follow-up question to a previous question I was asked about RMVS. I know you mentioned that A1K is in the process of reviewing it and determining whether it can move over to Talent Marketplace. I wanted to know, is there a time frame of when you anticipate a decision being made and when that information is going to be provided to the field on whether they can start applying for IMA positions or TR positions via Talent Marketplace? Over.
That is a great question, ma'am. So currently RMVS does not have a sunset date. Because we don't have a sunset date for RMVS, we don't have a hard stop to move everyone into Talent Marketplace like we do with the AGR side because they're in my purse. That is sunsetting. I can tell you that A1K has not given a a date yet as far as what they're looking at for the TR population. Without getting too into the weeds, Headquarters Rio currently has a full working group task force working the IMA side. So I can't give a timeline on their migration, but they are actively working it. So as they start, as more statuses start, whenever that may be, to roll in, the MyPERS messaging is going to continue. And this isn't going to be the only town hall that we host. We're going to ensure that the field is getting ample opportunity to understand what Talent Marketplace is and how to use it. And as more statuses are being added in, we'll ensure that the field knows that as well. Does that answer your question, ma'am?
Yes, it does. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Okay, Master Sergeant White. Okay.
Hi, ma'am. This is Master Sergeant White. I'm sorry, I double clicked the mic.
Oh, it's okay.
As force management at my wing, we've been tasked with oversight of the AGR advertisements. We don't make hiring decisions, but we do, make sure we process all the waivers, et cetera, and assist the units in doing that. In Talent Marketplace, am I still going to have any oversight over my passcodes, or will those be automatically assigned to the units? As right now, I see 2 of my pending advertisements have already transitioned and migrated.
So are you talking for AGR specifically or just everybody?
In this case, specifically for AGR.
Okay, so for AGR, as they move over, the assignment team is
what I've been doing is I submit the advertisement.
Oh, okay. So there is an easy way for that. So the assignment team is going to have to stay, the AGR management team up here at ARPC. However, the billet owner role is extremely flexible. So if you are tasked with having oversight on all the ads, requisitions that get submitted, as well as like seeing those applications come in, my recommendation would be that you be an alternate billet owner, because then you'll be able to see that as well. And that goes for anyone who needs, and that's going to be an internal conversation with you and your unit on what's appropriate, but the system would allow that. And that would be the best way to have that oversight. Does that help?
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
It does, ma'am. Once I get to learn the system a little more, I'll probably have more questions, but thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And since you're at the FSS, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm the force management NCOIC.
Okay, so if you want, on Fridays, I have a working group for the MPFs and Rio detachments. If you just want to shoot me an IM or an email, I can get you added to that. And then in that, I can like demonstrate what's going on, and we talk about development. So that'll probably help you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, next I see I'm sorry for not saying your rank. If I don't see it, I can't say it. Miss Kristen Banjo.
No, I'm sorry. That was a mistake. I took my hand down.
Oh, okay. Okay. I have next Staff Sergeant Campillo.
Hello, this is Sergeant Campillo. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Copy that. So I know it was mentioned in the chat about the ACD being monitored by the DPAAG. I just wanted to know, I'm actually currently within my ACD window. Will I be getting an email from MyPERS? Because I know typically they would send out an email about a year before your contract was up, and I haven't received anything. And a follow up to that is, I know Lieutenant Colonel Hodgkin said there'll be updates coming in the next coming months, but is there an actual date or ETA for that update? Over.
Great question. No. So the ACD process, AGR career decision process, is a new requirement that is being worked by our dev team. So we do not currently have a good ETA date for that, because that has to be worked through on the development side. So the current process is going to be current state through the VPC with the MyPERS message. So if you're in your window and you should have met it or you are meeting it and you haven't received notification, please just send a MyPERS ticket to the AGR management team. As we work through development and get more information on how we're going to migrate over into the MyVector side, we will be sending field messages as well. So we aren't keeping anything a secret. I know everyone loves to read their MyPERS messages, but as they come out, that is how we're going to get the information out to you. I know it's not the best answer, but that is the answer as of today. Does that help?
Yes, ma'am, it helps. Actually, the MyPERS ticket, that was the solution I was looking for. So thank you so much. I appreciate both you and Lieutenant Colonel Hodgkin. Over.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Okay. Colonel Spencer, do you have your hand back up, ma'am, or is that from earlier?
That's from earlier. Sorry about that.
Okay. Oh, no problem. Okay.
Hey, Sergeant Champagne.
Yes,
Sergeant Champagne, can you go over how many billet owners are allowed in Talent Marketplace? Because I think that question is more than once.
Okay, sure. So there is currently no cap for how many billet owners can be added. And that's per the system. Now, I would caution to ensure that it's the right people who have access, because there is PII. So it should be given on an as needed basis, as with anything with PII. But it is very flexible. So you'll have a primary billet owner, and I'll just use an example as the commander. The commander can assign their exec, their CSS, their superintendent hiring. They can assign however many people they need for their current process. So there is no cap. We just ask that you remember that it is PII and give it as needed basis. Hey, ma'am, do you want to ask some questions from the chat that I can answer?
Sure, here's one that I was just typing. So Lieutenant Colonel Rodriguez asked, how can senior service advisors work with their parent organization to advertise billets, or are we allowed to input vacant billets into the system?
So I'm guessing this is a COCOM. However, the generic answer is any funded billet is going to show up in Talent Marketplace. They're all there. If they're vacant and ready to be advertised, it is still going to fall into the, is it your turn to migrate? So on the AGR side of the house. So if you are concerned or you have some upcoming billets, or you feel you should have been contacted and haven't been, please feel free to shoot me an IM or an email and with your passcode, and I will get with the assignment team to get that billet owner access for you. But for everyone else, if you are currently a hiring official looking for that access, you will be contacted directly by the assignment team as they migrate. And the reason for that is very strategic, just because it is a very small team of technicians in AGR management with almost 8,000 positions to manage. So moving all at once is a little too much on not just them, but also the field. So they're doing it very strategically.
So Sergeant Champagne, do you want to go through, maybe as we know today, how did APAG identify the positions for March, and how will people know when it's their turn to migrate over to Talent Marketplace?
Great question. So for the February cycle, everybody that was notified was the headquarters ARPC and headquarters Rio staffs. So they were the first, and they'll continue now that they've fully migrated. For March, it was all of the re-advertisements from the January and February cycle, as well as the until filled advertisements that were targeted. How they identified the billet owners was on their very fancy spreadsheet that they keep, bless their hearts. And it was the folks who had submitted the advertisements in MyPERS and identified themselves as a billet owner. Now, one of the challenges that we're working through for future identification is how are we going to do that? So more information as that comes, but right now what we're using is the current list of MyPERS, or the folks who are reaching out. I'm a commander. So if you have any good ideas, we're happy to take them, but that is how they've been identified thus far.
If I missed anyone's question, either please raise your hand so you can come off mute, or maybe redirect in the chat. Sorry, I think I got them, but maybe not. Okay, please address how key positions E9 or higher headquarters positions will be handled in Talent Marketplace.
Okay, great question. So the key positions, all of the headquarters positions as well, they have been live in Talent Marketplace since November. So they are managed by the RED Chiefs Group, and there have been the ones that have been posting them. So currently they have the instructions out there. You volunteer on Talent Marketplace, but you upload your documents into SLICMS, the Senior Leader Management System. And that is how they've been managing it. So if any other positions that at the higher headquarters that are not E9 are just going to be handled by status. So higher headquarters AGRs will be rolled in their migration month. And then all other statuses are to be determined. Okay, I see a hand up, Lieutenant Colonel Lisco.
Hi, good morning. I'm an IMA, and I work pretty closely with our active duty career field managers and things. I guess I'm asking a fairly obvious question, but just want to make sure, to kind of clarify what I'm seeing here. I mean, we're mirroring what the active duty is doing for Talent Marketplace, right? I mean, the way they advertise their openings and positions, eventually we're going to get to a point for all of our reserve positions to do it like they do it on the active duty side, correct?
Absolutely. So
Okay.
Talent Marketplace is total force. It's a total force system.
Right.
So it will mirror each other. The only difference will be, who the assignment team is or some of the processes and policies, but yes, it'll look exactly the same.
Okay, copy. Thank you for clarifying.
Yes, thank you. The 7/10 COS. Okay. Well, they disappeared. Lieutenant Colonel Hodgkin, any other questions from the chat you would like me to address out loud?
I don't see any, but could you go over how they can reach out to us and any other additional resources we have, like our Teams page and our Monday morning sessions and anything else that will help anyone who has remaining questions? And then also, when and where will they be able to get this recording and the slides, because that is also a question.
Yes, so I will be posting the slides in the chat. As soon as we're done, I'm trying to reshare my screen. Here we go. All right, so this is how we can get more information. Our Teams pages are public. You just have to search this down in the find bar, and you can get access to our public volunteer, billet owner, and assignment team pages that has all the guides and the videos uploaded. Our open forum every Monday at 11 Eastern Standard Time is for anybody. So share the word, come check it out. But just be forewarned, this isn't a demonstration that is scheduled. It is a complete open forum. So please, if you want to come in, ask questions, I'm happy to walk through the system, show you whatever you want to see. Any questions, issues, concerns you may be having. You're just a curious little kitten. I want to see something. That's what that is for. And that link is in there. And then for any systems issues, we do ask that you submit the support ticket, only because it is a development team that is running that help desk. And so a lot of times it is a system issue that they need to be aware of anyway. So that is the best place to go. Yes, I can, Colonel Kuzma, I will put it in the chat right now. Well, if I can get to it.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to say thank you so much for taking time to put this together and sharing this with us here in the field. It's always great to get these updates and to learn of the progress that you all are making. It's fantastic and exciting to know that we're moving in a direction that is going to provide better service for our people in the future. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, I see a hand. Chief Stokes.
Hey, Senior Champagne, I got a quick question for you. Outside of those Monday stand-ups, would you be willing to do like a one-on-one with some of my senior leaders who weren't able to actually make this? Understanding that, we have the slides and this video that we can fall back on, but if they have some specific questions that we don't want to get too much detail in on the Monday stand-up, would you be willing to do a one-on-one? Over.
Absolutely. I am always willing to do a one-on-one, any briefing, anytime, anywhere. So just, you can shoot me an IM or an email, and then we can go ahead and get that scheduled.
Appreciate that, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I have someone from outer space on a Galaxy S1, S21 that has their hand raised.
Yes, my name's Senior Cameron. I'm a TR currently deployed. I'm a firefighter, so our options are pretty limited on what we can do as far as AGR goes. I wanted to see, how do you figure out on the talent marketplace to look for non-AFSC specific jobs?
So great question. Talent marketplace is completely transparent. So if you don't have filters set to only see a 3-7, you can see everything. So you can see Reg F officers, you can see, whoever else wants to use it. So all you'd have to do is make sure that your filters were open to be able to search. So if you don't see it and you don't have any filters set, that means that there's no vacancies posted. So it's very transparent in that way. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, do I have any other questions? I'm working on dropping the slideshow in the chat.
While you're doing that, Sergeant Champagne, the 710th has asked, and I'm trying to understand your question, so that's why I'm saying it out loud. My PERS uses first, second, and then until filled for postings. Will we see similar time limitations and reposting in Talent Marketplace?
That's a good question. However, that is a process question. So Talent Marketplace will allow the assignment teams to still follow that. Future state, if that's what AGR management decides to do, that's going to be up to them on how they're going to manage how many times they have a closeout until they make it until filled. So unfortunately, I don't have a policy answer for you with that. But for now, we can just, until they say otherwise and disseminate any changes to their current process, we can just say that they're going to follow the current process.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for attending today. We will hang on the line for a little bit longer, answer any other questions that pop up. I have put our org box in the chat about 100 times. I will continue to do so. Please feel free to reach out to us about any questions relating to Talent Marketplace. If it is an AGR specific program question, that does still go through my PERS, and DPAAG will definitely answer your questions. But if it is Talent Marketplace specific, we are very happy to answer any questions that you may have.
So, Lieutenant Colonel
Thank you all
Hodgkin,
again.
just to ask the obvious, the email you've repeatedly posted, that's the ARPC business integration cell at us.af.mil, correct?
Yes.
Okay, copy. Thank you. I will add that to my notes. Appreciate it. And yeah, again,
Yes,
thanks
and you will,
thanks for all this information. This is great stuff. Really appreciate it.
yes, thank you so much. Thank you for attending. And you will, on the other end of that, you get Sergeant Champagne and myself. So don't get too excited that it's going to get you anyone else in ARPC. But yes, that's the correct email address.
Copy that. Thank you.
I am trying to drop those slides in chat. It's just taking a while to upload, so they'll be in there. But if you're about to log off and they're not showing for you, just shoot me an email or an IM, and I'll be happy to send them over to you.
Hi, this is Sergeant Terry 94 ASTS. I was just wondering, where is the recording for this going to be located?
That's a great question. I'm actually going to post this to all of our Teams channels that are in our contact page. And they should be available, I was told, probably mid next week. So that's what they'll be. And all three.
Hi, this is Senior Master Sergeant Walker again. I'm typing the Talent Marketplace -vector and Talent Marketplace in the team search, as you mentioned. I'm finding evidence of other chats, but I'm not finding the team itself. So we can join it. As am I fat fingering something, or am I reading something?
Nope, I don't know. What I can do is in the chat right now, I'm just going to post the direct links. Hold on. I'm a little slow. Don't judge me, but I'll get them in there. Hold on 1 second.
Aren't we all? It's Friday morning.
It really is. And it's freezing here. Let's see. Good link. Okay, so this first one is going to be, okay, so I have the volunteer in there. Next, I have Billet Owner. Okay, so I have all three Teams links in there. So if you have problems getting into those with the links, just shoot me an email and I'll see if I can like add you or something. I'm not new to Teams, but I'm, you know, not the best either. So
Copy. Thank you.
Sergeant Champagne, are you able to drop the slides in here, or is that just going to be on our Teams page?
So I'm trying and it's saying that it's loading and I was just messing with it. So what I'm going to do is it's going to be in our Teams pages and I'll continue to try to drop it into chat, but I don't know if it's an issue with Zoom or not because I'm on my third time.
Okay. And then just one more reiteration, how do people join the Monday forum?
There is a link and I will post it again. Hold on, let me just answer this question. Okay, so I will post. Oh, Master Sergeant Reiko said if it's too large, it won't upload. Okay. Yeah, it must be too big and awesome. And it's not, it's not letting it finish.
Okay, well then everything will be available on our Teams page. Thank you again to everyone who attended. It is almost 10 o'clock on the dot here in Mountain Time. So I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day and the weekend ahead.